Hi, my name is Sabrina and welcome to Fin and Fiction. In today's video, I want to show you how I quarantine my fish. Now, everyone has their own way of quarantining fish. This is just my way of doing things. The reason we quarantine fish is to reduce the risk of a disease outbreak in the main tank and for observation of the new fish, in case they're in need of any treatment. I have been meaning to get some tank mates for my betta, which I have decided to call him Blush. Quick update on Blush, he is doing great and has quickly learned his feeding spot. For the purpose of this video, we are going to focus on some bottom dwellers. Ideally, quarantine takes around 4 to 6 weeks. First things first, you will need a non-toxic container to keep the fish in. If you have a hospital tank, that is amazing, but you can also use whatever container you like that is non-toxic. I've even quarantined fish in buckets before. Of course, the bigger, the better. As you can see here, I'm only using an air zone. Having some cycled media or filter is great. However, some medication will kill beneficial bacteria, which is why I use Secam Prime not only to act as a dechlorinator, but also to detoxify ammonia. I find it does a good job at it, but only for the first 3 days. I will always perform a water change on the 3rd day. The fish that had won the vote on Instagram are these cute Bumblebee Gobies. They are one of my favorite fish out there. These territorial nano fish do not take pellets readily, so live food like brine shrimps or frozen bloodworms are needed for their diet. There are different species of Bumblebee Gobies. Some may have incomplete bands and some may have full black bands like mine here. As usual, let's get them acclimated to the tank first. I acclimate my fish for about 20 to 30 minutes usually, as I live in Southeast Asia and our temperature is pretty much the same. But if you live in a cooler country, it is best to wait for 30 minutes or more. I like to keep my quarantine tanks bare for ease of cleaning and observation purposes. And that is the end of day 1. I won't introduce food until the next day, just to give them some time to adjust to the quarantine tank. It is day 2, which means it is feeding time. The water will definitely get a bit dirty after this, but it is also very important to see if they are eating to rule out any possible internal parasitic infection. So usually on this day, I would start checking for any signs of diseases such as fungus, white spots, or bacterial infections. For my puffers specifically, I would do a prophylactic treatment of dewormers for preventative measures even if they are not showing any signs of parasitic infection. If I find any fish that is sick at this point, I will start treating them for their specific illness. One medication that I simply do not use unless it is really needed is antibiotics. Similar for us humans, it is to reduce the risk of antibiotic-resistant bacteria. These Bumblebee Gobies seem healthy, so I won't be treating them with any specific medication today. It is day 3, which means it is water change day. The water is very murky and cloudy right now. But before that, I'm going to go ahead and give them a 1-hour methylene blue bath. I am doing so mainly for preventative measures. Methylene blue can be used for prevention of fungal infection, nitrite poisoning, and for protozoan parasites. If you don't want to use the liquid methylene blue bath, you can also opt for a blue aquarium salt. The blue color is due to methylene blue. One point to take note is that methylene blue does stain the silicone of aquariums and it can kill beneficial bacteria. So these are the general steps to my quarantine routine. I will repeat these steps until the end of the quarantine. So I got a fish in the mail today and I'm really excited to unbox it with you. So let's do that. Oh my goodness, just look at him, he's so beautiful. So this is Macrotnathus tapirus, also known as tapir spiny eel. I actually have another one named Rumi in the noodles tank and I've always wanted to find a friend for Rumi. So this is him. The thing is, these guys aren't really sold at fish stores. They're mostly, or if not any, all of them are wild caught most of the time. And a friend of mine actually caught this for me, the same friend that caught Rumi for me. So true MVP, thank you so much for that. And yeah, I'm going to acclimate him now and hopefully they'll get along together, but I believe there won't be any issues. They'll get along well. Rumi seems lonely, so this will be a good addition for Rumi. I don't know what to call this guy, maybe Lumi? Rumi and Lumi. Okay, let's go. Let's go acclimate him now. Today is D-Day. It is time to introduce the Bumblebee crew to their new home. Blush doesn't seem to mind them, so that's a win. As you can see here, I've also added my favorite shoaling fish. These are lampai killifish. I adore their glowing blue eyes. They may not be as flashy as other schooling or shoaling fish, but I find them to be a great pair for any centerpiece fish. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for your support. Please share, comment, like, and subscribe to not miss any updates. Until then, see you next time.